My name is Lance Halliday. I'm the Director of Operations in the Toronto office of TRAFFIX. I have worked at TRAFFIX for 5 years. I took the job at TRAFFIX mainly for opportunity and challenge, growth. The interview process at TRAFFIX was really interesting. I was able to meet with a variety of different directors and people that were above me in leadership roles. And I was able to really learn about the job and the challenges that I would face when I was able to come on. So meeting those people was really helpful in terms of helping me make a decision to understand that TRAFFIX was going to be the place for me. The first thing that I thought about when interviewing with TRAFFIX was really about how they were interested in me growing with the team. We were really a smaller team when I kind of started 5 years ago. So the biggest thing for me when interviewing with the people that I was able to was really having an opportunity to have them look at me more in a way that would allow me to grow and take opportunities and grow with the team, as opposed to just being a number that they were putting in place. My own experience was a little bit different here than it had been at different companies that I had worked for in the past. So it was definitely more of a startup role when we kind of came in. I was able to kind of go to the head office, meet the leadership team, meet the HR team, and really take a large approach looking at what I was kind of getting myself into and working with the people that I needed to. I definitely would say that it's evolved substantially over the time that I've been here, just because we've grown more from a corporate standpoint. So definitely I feel supported. I'm actually part of the support team now that helps to onboard the employees that we do bring on now, and in terms of how we support them and make sure that they're ready to start their careers here at TRAFFIX and really take the next step in their career. Culture at TRAFFIX, I think, is all about energy. Energy, high performance is the main word that we like to use around here. But energy is really the way that we look at the things that we do and how we do them. So energy to wake up in the morning and get to work, energy in terms of how we deal with our customers, how we deal with our carrier base, how we're dealing with internally with our own employees. It's really all about the energy and keeping that energy up while we, take our company to the next level. Diversity and inclusion is definitely something that I think that we've taken a strong look at over the past few years. We're definitely getting more involved in having people of different backgrounds and cultures take part in how we grow as a company. And I think it's super important in how transportation is growing over the past 10 to 15 years. So I think that we've taken a really active role in being at the forefront of leading that charge. And I think that we're doing a fantastic job in getting the people in the right positions to help us do those things. So I think culture sits at the forefront of what we do as a company. The most important thing that I think that we do at TRAFFIX here is promote culture. We promote diversity. We promote it within our teams. So whether that's meeting after work for dinner or drinks and really just diving into personal relationships with each other, we also do that from an internal level and making sure that we respect the cultures that everybody embraces from a work standpoint. As a leader, I think it's absolutely critical that we get to know each other on a personal level. Without that human connection, without that touch, we're not going to be able to grow to the lengths that we want to long term. So the reason it's the most important is because if you're not able to connect on that level, you're not able to work together in a normal environment. So if you're just sitting there looking at each other as a number, it won't actually help us be able to take the next steps. I've participated in a couple different events here at TRAFFIX outside of work, especially in the remote role. I think it's critical that we were able to get together after the pandemic kind of subsided. The biggest one that I actually took part in was something that I helped run, which was at Lob in Toronto for the Toronto TRAFFIX team. So what we did was we spent a night out having some drinks and dinner, sitting around doing some bonding events, which was a little bit of bocce ball activity, but it really allowed us to connect as a team once again after the pandemic and really take ourselves and understand each other and be able to talk on a face-to-face level in a way that we hadn't been able to do for a couple of years. The leadership at TRAFFIX is fantastic. When I was talking about energy before, they're really people that bring energy on a day-to-day basis. So the way that they talk to you, the way that they treat you, it's much more to a human level than a lot of other places that I've worked in the past, where you're treated much more like a number and it's, show up to work, punch in, punch out, where this place is a lot more about, getting to work, enjoying yourself and really being a part of something that's growing and going to make a difference long term. I feel like the most important thing here at TRAFFIX is that we are able to take an active role in the decisions that we make on a day-to-day basis. if we weren't able to do that, I don't think that we could take an active ownership in what we're doing and how we're growing as a company. So, micromanaging is not something that I've seen from the leadership team here, and it's something that we don't promote from a corporate standpoint. TRAFFIX makes me feel appreciated by just being there for me in the support. So it's, there's never a time where I can't connect with someone from a leadership standpoint to help me provide advice, whether it's based on my own leadership skills or help understand the role and where we're going as a company. At TRAFFIX, I do believe that our opinions are valued, whether it doesn't matter what position you're in, whether you're just starting out in the organization or in the industry in general, or whether you're a leader in a larger role. I think that it's important that we create a culture of collaboration. I think that's something that TRAFFIX has really strived to do over the last 5 years that I've been here. The way that I try and make my team feel most appreciated is by just showing them the autonomy that they can have in terms of taking control of their own careers and helping them grow to the next level in the roles that they want to. I try and stay out of the day-to-day stuff that would conflict with how they want to operate, and really try and show them that the decisions that they make and the roles that they're undertaking are going to help them grow going forward and really help them take the next steps in their career. The thing I find most fulfilling about a leader is just taking part in their growth. Like I find that it's important for me to take a step back and look at these people on a personal level and see where they want to go and how they want to grow their careers here at TRAFFIX and take the next step for themselves. So what I find most fulfilling is really just taking an active role in the person as opposed to the actual work. My growth story has been pretty interesting, to be honest, here at TRAFFIX. So I started in a senior carrier sales role and was able to move up into an operations lead, and then actually into an operations manager, and then now into a director of operations. And that's all within the past 5 years. So something that TRAFFIX really promotes is growth. They promote, growing within your role and taking the next steps to being a leader if that's what you want to do. So there's a bunch of different avenues here at TRAFFIX to help you get to that next level. And I've always felt supported in making that step and always felt like I was appreciated as I was doing it. I really don't see another place that I want to spend any of my career here than at TRAFFIX. It's something that I've always wanted to work in, a corporate workplace that appreciated its employees as much as TRAFFIX does. And the leadership team here, from the managing partners all the way to the executive team, has really made it feel like this is the place that you want to start and finish your career. I think the most important thing here at TRAFFIX is personal growth. So they're always looking to help promote from within and allow you to take the next steps in your career. So I always want to personally look for growth and change and the ability to move forward. And I think that if you did join TRAFFIX, that's something that we look to strive in all of our employees. From the day I started, TRAFFIX has never stopped talking about growth and how they want us to learn and be better people, better employees, and better parts of our community. So I think that we're always supported in those ways. I think the most unique thing about TRAFFIX is that no matter who you are in the company, you always have a direct line to the leading members of the executive team. No matter what's going on, no matter what you're facing, you can always reach out to one of those people and allow them to help support you in your growth and your role as you're undertaking it. So a lot of corporations and a lot of businesses that you work for don't offer that ability to do so, and our leadership team allows themselves to always be available for you if you need them. My favorite thing about working at TRAFFIX is people. From executive to a person just starting out their career in transportation, we really foster an environment of collaboration and respect. And it's something that I look for when I'm trying to grow my career and find a business that I want to work for long term. I think the biggest thing that TRAFFIX does from a corporate standpoint, in creating an environment of respect, of personal boundaries, is really just creating support systems that exist throughout the entire network to help you be able to live your life and create that work-life balance that everyone craves on a day-to-day basis. Whether it's to work from home, where we don't have an office that we necessarily need to go to every day, it allows us to be able to live our lives in a way that it's a little bit more fluid than other transportation companies that are a little bit more rigid in terms of how they approach that stuff. So it's something that we really value as employees here, is our ability to be able to take ownership of our own lives and still be able to successfully build a career. When dealing with our carriers here at TRAFFIX, I think it's really important to understand how much we affect their lives on a day-to-day basis. We are their bread and butter in a lot of situations. We feed a lot of the business that they do. So creating an environment of respect and collaboration between those carriers helps us to grow not only as a company, but helps you to grow as a people. And when you talk about working with these types of carriers, you're learning about different cultures and different environments that they come from as well. And so being a part of that and being a partner, as opposed to just someone that gives them business, is critical to our success as a company. Something that I do with my team every day is try and tell them to take a look at the news and take a look at the events that are going on around the world, because supply chain and transportation has such a large effect on that, whether it's a embargo here or something going on across the world 300 miles away. It's always something that's going to affect everything that we're doing on a day-to-day basis. So it makes you feel really important. Although transportation is such a large industry and it encompasses so many different things, it's important to understand that we're an important cog in how the economy and how the industry works, from healthcare or supply chain to education to manufacturing, and how everything that we get and deal with on a daily basis in terms of our interactions is affected by the things that we do. So when I go into a store and see the brands that TRAFFIX interacts with on a day-to-day basis, it makes me feel proud to be part of this company. It makes me feel proud to know that I took an active role in helping to create something that's going to benefit someone long-term, whether that's water during a disaster in British Columbia, or whether it's just groceries that are in a retailer that we're trying to buy every day. It makes me feel important that knowing that we're taking an active role in helping our communities and interacting with the products that we deal with on a day-to-day basis.